air, water, earth, fire. Across eras and generations, they have been the instruments of positive and negative, peace and chaos. No obstacle can be overcome without a journey to discover one's self. And only a fool travels alone.
Welcome to the Avatar, the Legend of the Four Nations campaign. This is the real kickoff. We've already had our prologue one shot. The group here has already played together. They've got their characters. We have Tunzo the Firebender, played by Tuna. We have Onda the Waterbender, played by Chris. And we have Slate the Earthbender, played by Brooke. You can go check out the prologue if you haven't already on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/unranked podcast, where you might be watching this VOD later on. Basically, what has happened is this is set during the era of Kyoshi. There is this Daofei, which is basically like a group of criminals that are connected to Avatar Kyoshi, who have essentially hired Tunzo, Onda, and Slate to perform a task, which we are going to be learning about very soon. They did a trial, which is the name of the prologue from last week, to test their might in performing maybe some of the things that they might be performing in this mission. It went off, I'm hesitant to say without a hitch, but it went pretty smoothly, I'd say.
Yeah, it went from, we started at 11:45, and you said we're going to go till 12:15, and we ended up going till 1:15.
Well, we're trying to rush this one through. So one of my top notes is no bullshit. But before we begin, I do want to. I rewatched last Monday's thing, and
rewatched it?
Well, I had to edit it and put it up.
Not
today.
the whole 5 hours, Alex.
Not the whole 5 hours, just the hour 15,
hour. Oh my
30.
God! What? Okay, all right. Jesus Christ.
Hour 28 was the
where I don't think I rolled a single successive.
Tunzo had a rough start of it.
Yeah.
So a couple of things that I noticed that I think are going to make things easier. So something that it says in the book that I thought was obvious, but after last week, I realized I have to explain it. In the book, it says, to do it, you have to do it, which means that to do an action, you have to describe what the action is. You have to do the thing. You can't just say, I'm going to assess the situation. I'm going to engage in combat. You have to say what your character is doing to do those things.
Right.
Last Monday, I let you guys do a lot of deliberating, despite the fact that there was quite an urgency to the situation. Going forward, I'm going to be pressuring you guys, and you guys are going to have to make decisions a lot faster, and if you don't come to a decision within a reasonable amount of time, things are going to happen before you can make a decision.
Guaranteed to get like a time freeze bending.
So it's kind of like getting stuck in the trash compactor in the original Star Wars.
Just like that. Think of it
I'm
as you're
actually
making
changing
decisions.
My character to Zach Morris, so every time that we need to deliberate, I will just freeze time, and then the three of us can chat. Which Tom won't have any power over, if you've ever seen Saved by the Bell.
There is a so yeah, that's gonna make everything go a little bit faster. I also implore you guys to work together. Last week on Monday, we had a situation where Slate and Onda were trying to steal the cart, and Toonza was dead set on just snatching the stuff out of the cart and running off with it. You guys need to make a decision as to what you're going to do.
So deliberate, but not long. But you do have to work together.
Yeah. I mean, you can deliberate, but I'm saying that there was no deliberation.
I guess what he's saying
Onda kept going with was stealing the cart, and Toonzo was like, no, we're not stealing the cart. I'm going to take this thing off the cart and run away with it.
Right. So I guess what you're saying is there's a real-time effect of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't just, like, if we're arguing about something, time's pass.
It's obviously not happening in real time, but there is no freezing time. And then something that you guys, I think, were a little confused on, but to clarify, when you're using moves, which are the basic moves listed at the top of the quick reference, or the 2 moves that you have picked on the front sheet of your playbook, those moves are for anything outside of combat. So if you're not in combat, you're using those. You're using techniques on the second page of your playbook in combat. If you want to use techniques, you will need to enter combat. You can do things that those moves describe, like Chris has the water scooting ability, but it would just be the relying on your training move to do that. If you wanted to do it where you're impairing someone and all that stuff, whatever the effect is of the move, you would be entering into combat, which would give them the opportunity to also do a move as well.
So, Tom, concerning that, you gave me 3 fatigue for failing that, which I feel like I'm going to need you to explain, because
I gave you 3. I gave you 3 fatigue for wrangling the horse.
I got fatigue, I thought, for failing that.
You didn't get fatigue for failing that. You got 3. You got 3 fatigue for pushing your luck to wrangle the horse, and I think you rolled a 7. Which means that you did it, but like your punishment was greater than if you rolled a 10, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing: maneuvering is one of the areas that I've mastery in and particularly impressive. So, how come that wouldn't have weighed into that? I know I don't get bonuses on the roll, but then wouldn't it have limited the effect on my fatigue because my character is considered to have a mastery in that?
It's less about like maneuvering onto the horse and more like you're not an experienced horse rider.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can totally deliberate. If you have something on your playbook where if I'm dishing out something like fatigue and you think like, actually, like this doesn't join, this is mismatched with what my playbook says, like totally bring that up and we can deliberate on that. You can still do the technique. Like you can still do the water jet. That is your technique as a move. But yeah, it would be the relying on your basic skills and training move. Okay, so that's all of the like stuff in order for this hopefully to go a bit smoother. Let's answer the questions on your guys' playbook and the basic questions that are a part of everyone. Tuna, you said you've already answered the one in your playbook. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do the ones on your... So what was your playbook growth question, Tuna?
Mine was... At the end of the session, answer the... Okay. Did you get a friend to join in or approve of one of your bad habits?
Oh.
And one of my bad habits is casual thievery and cons. So...
And that is something that happened at the end. Tunzo stole some coin from the
that's right.
From the coin that they were stealing, but they were meant to bring back intact to Wong, who was their kind of contact on this trial, and they weren't meant to keep any of it. Brooke, by the way, you are Slate. You are muted if you've been talking. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But yes, Tunzo did steal. He got Slate to steal. He tried to get Onda to steal, but Onda put that coin back, thinking that Tunzo hadn't seen him do that, but he, at the corner of his eye, he noticed. Okay, so yes, you can mark 1 growth box next to growth there. Onda, what is your growth question?
My character one?
Yes, the one on your playbook.
Did I express gratitude to a companion for their presence, support, or teaching?
You did the massage thing.
Yeah, I tried to guide and comfort Tunzo, and then in the way that I responded to his sort of abusive response to me, very toxic. I feel like I expressed gratitude to him in a way by just being very forgiving.
I'm gonna give you it. Mark 1 growth.
All right.
And then Brooke, what was your question? Slate, sorry.
My question is, did you express vulnerability by admitting you were wrong or that you should have listened to someone you ignored? Absolutely fucking not. I did not do that.
I don't think you did that. So you do not get to mark growth there. But you guys, we have some additional questions. So at the end of each session, each player answers the following questions. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? I don't think we did that based on what we were doing in that prologue.
Oh, I feel like I did.
Oh, okay. What did you learn?
So I'm clearly someone who was trying to not do something like unlawful to the person that we entered into a contract with by not taking the coin. However, I don't feel like I pushed my morality on others, and I'm sort of engaging in duplicity the same way they are, because I lied to them and said I was taking the coin,
and you
but
have
then
not
put
told,
it back.
And in theory, you also haven't told Wong either that
Correct.
they've taken coin.
Correct. So it's not as if I'm being non-duplicitous, right? So I think that was something interesting for my character to learn, because I'm very clearly not taking the coin because I think it's wrong, because this guy is, giving us a good deal.
Yeah.
But I also don't want you guys to think that like I'm not with you.
I like that. I'm gonna let you mark.
What is that question? What's the question again?
Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? I'm gonna let Chris mark, because that was a great little conundrum there that he brought.
I'll be honest, when Alex stole that coin, it gave me I was like, oh, this was like my favorite moment of the whole thing right here.
Oh no, that was good. It was good. Little character moments like that.
It's also it's not. Please call me by my.
Sorry, Tunzo.
Tunzo. Please hold on a second.
Brooke, do you feel like you did any of those? Sorry, Slate. Did you?
That's not my name.
Slate, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
That even though I have a deep respect and love for animals, I'm not capable of riding or controlling them.
Didn't you want to take its ankles out?
Yeah, she did want to break. She did want to break the. Yeah. I'm not gonna let you mark growth for that.
Wow,
I don't think that is intrinsic to any of your characters' like basic traits. That's just something you've just said.
When I roll, which is the one that I roll like creativity, focus, harmony, passion for my move?
It depends on what your move is. All of the moves use different stats. It'll say on the quick reference, it'll say under the name of the move, roll with blank. Roll with harmony, roll with focus, roll with.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
what was the question again? I'm going to try to argue it.
Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? Yeah.
No.
If you make that face, I don't think you get to mark growth. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? Yes, you all did that. You all participated, so all mark
that.
growth.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bitch.
Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center? You guys all ended... Actually, Tuna did not end the session at his center. So Slate and Onda can mark growth there.
No, wait, there was another condition. It didn't have to be just the center.
Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center?
Yeah, I guided Chris towards balance.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You submit a condition. I guided you towards balance.
Oh, that's right. The condition,
Well, Chris
Actually, Chris
guided
Chris
you away
skewed
from
me off.
balance. Yeah, but but Chris ended the session at his center, so he still gets. Sorry, Onda.
Oh, Onda. Right.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Onda and Slate, our session, our balance was at 0.
Yeah.
So that's
All right.
why we get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Got it.
I don't
Is
think
my sound okay? by the
Yeah,
way?
you sound great.
Great.
Wait, so when I hit 4 growths, I can make them.
You can do one of the things underneath, and some of them require 2 boxes. So if you
So we're gonna be here a bit.
okay. So that was that. You guys have all
Only got
wiped.
2.
You all guys have
Terrible.
all wiped your fatigue. You all. Tunzo has a little coin in his pocket, as does Slate. Onda does not, because you did the stealing.
Right.
And you are all duplicitous, whether you took coin or not. And then the other little thing that I wanted to correct, and I'm really I'm really embarrassed that I did this, but I kept saying that there was a horse attached to the cart. But in the world of Avatar, there are no single animals; they're all crossbreeds.
Oh, right.
So it was an ostrich horse. It was
So should I correct my previous statement and that I learned that ostrich horses are a mix between ostriches and horses, and that gives me growth?
Shut up. No. No. That is not anything. But yes, so it was an ostrich horse. So just go back in time mentally and fix that there.
Right.
Okay, so we are now starting Chapter 1, The Fifth Nation. So you guys have been traveling with Wong for several days. To give you an idea of where you guys are in the world, you are near Gowling, which is southwest Earth Kingdom. Kind of northeast of Gowling is the Siwong Desert. And so what you guys have done is kind of traveled along the valley and the mountain range at the south border of the Siwong Desert. You've completely kind of gone by that, circumvented that, and you've come to, from the southwest to now the southeast corner of the Earth Kingdom, you have come to Arrowhead Port. So Wong is bringing you guys up. He's got the ostrich horse. He's riding on the ostrich horse in the front of the cart. This has greatly expedited your trip now that you have this cart that you've stolen from the Black Mask Dao Fei. You're bringing this cart up to a gate, like an archway leading into a narrow path with kind of rocks on either side of the archway and along the path kind of funneling in. And you can see, like, in the distance at the bottom of this, like, winding path is a small, very small village right on the water. And Wong, he says, "All right, guys, this is Arrowhead Port. This is where I leave you for now. I have some business down here in the southern parts of the Earth Kingdom, but I will see you in the final destination of Ba Sing Se in a few weeks' time with the rest of my crew." And he reaches out to Onda, and he gives you a Pai Sho tile. Okay? And you look at the Pai Sho tile, and it has the icon of a boat on it. And Wong says to you, head to the inn in Arrowhead Port, find a man named Ling, give him this Pai Sho tile, and he will take you on the next leg of your journey. So you guys get out of the cart. He also gives to Tunzo, he gives a small bag of coin, and he gives to Slate some rations, essentially. So Slate has a little bag of rations, Tunzo has some coin. Wong says that he's like, here's some coin, it'll be deducted from your eventual winnings, but use this to pick up some supplies in the village. There's a little market there. Anything you think you might need, that here's some coin to buy some stuff, whether it's more rations or what have you. Whatever you guys think you need, I'm leaving it in your capable hands, and I'll see you in a few weeks in Ba Sing Se. And so with that, Wong, ostrich horse with the cart pulls away, leaving the three of you at the gate to Arrowhead Port. What do you guys do?
Wonger sounds like a cheapskate, don't you think, Tunzo?
Yeah, guy's a cheapo. Fuck him.
Yeah, glad we took that bait, and glad I rallied with you and took that coin. If he's going to be that much of a bastard to not pay for our supplies,
What?
Got to buy my own supplies to fight his battle. That's fucking bullshit.
Yep, totally. Yep, agreed. Ongs, you got something to say? I feel like you're
I mean, he's
disagree
not
with us.
stupid, at least, right? He gave each one of us a part of this. He gave Tunzo the coins, which, let's be honest here, was smart because you'd probably be trying to take them from whoever else got them the whole time. So now we don't have to worry about that. And I'd be putting that food away. So it's good that I don't have it. And then I'm the one, like, I've got the mission complete here. So I feel like from a strategic point, Wongers knows what he's doing to make sure that we're not all going at each other for the mission items, especially you.
Who's you?
You,
Who's
you, Mr. Coin over here.
I mean, you're outing me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's just the three of us. There's no one else here. There's no eyes or ears around.
No, prove it.
I'm going to scope out. I put my hand over my do a 360 move. I'm seeing if there's anyone around within earshot.
Okay.
There is no one. You don't even have to assess the situation. Great. There is no one on this path. It is just you at this archway down at the top of this path. It's a pretty open, barren. You're on the edge of the desert, like that. You can see there is no one around. All you see is Wong with the cart moving away out of earshot.
So I see no one there, and I go, "Look, there's no one here. Watch. We're going to kill and overthrow the capital of the city." See? No one's coming. No one can hear us. It's fine. We don't need to lie to each other.
I casually step on your foot because you're just being irritating. And I go to Tunzo. What should we do with this money? Like, which direction do you think we can go to buy supplies?
I don't know. What do you guys... I'll follow your... directional internal compass.
What do we think we need? Can we not just gather supplies from the woods and create our own weapons and stuff?
Weapons? Yeah. I can shoot fire out of my mouth. I'm not sure that I need a stick weapon.
I've got blades of water.
Yeah.
Do you need a shield? Do you need a shield?
A shield?
I can make shields.
So Slate's making shields. NBD.
Yeah.
NBD.
Okay, I step on the earth and create an extra slate shield for
yourself. Oh, for me.
I can do it whenever I need to, but
you're gonna have.
You're Tom. I mean, who are you now? If I wanted to talk to you,
I'm just the game master. You can't talk to me. There's no characters around.
Okay.
He's God.
Wong has left you guys at the top of this path. He's told you at the end of this path is this place called Arrowhead Port. There's a guy in the tavern there called Ling who has... You have to give the Pai Sho tile to that Onda has in order to complete the next leg of your journey.
The shields, we can make shields. Let's go find Mr. or Mrs. Ling. So let's walk towards the town, Arrowhead.
You can use that coin to buy us a round of drinks. Because that's going to be... What do they
drink in the Arrowhead town? What would they call that drink?
Arrow ale.
Arrow ale.
Arrow ale.
That's pretty good.
And then there is straight shots, which is shaped like an arrow.
Very nice.
They're giving out. It's like a set of shooters, and it's balanced on an arrow. And
I like it.
I like it. That's very good.
I like it. I'm also very thirsty. So can you whip up? Wait, can he? He can't just create water.
No,
he needs water.
Now he does have water in his.
Yes, I do.
Little.
That's right.
Vambraces.
Also, how far does he have to be from water? Let's say he's 50 meters away from water. Can he just grab it and bring it over?
It'll depend on the situation. It'll depend.
Can he suck it out of leaves?
Yeah.
I don't think he has the capability.
Maybe if it's like a dewy morning,
it would still be like minuscule
you know?
amount. Like what?
No,
do?
dewy morning.
So you
it's
guys,
like fucking
morning,
Goku.
I'm set.
No, it's
Dewy
fucking
morning,
Goku
I'm
with the
set.
spirit bomb. He just gathers the water.
Yeah.
No big deal from the surrounding grass.
Easy.
maybe
But
at the end of the campaign.
A lot of people are traveling on foot in a desert. Most people we run into will be carrying water on them, or they will be dead anyway.
What if you just suck out the water from like animals? Fuck them.
So you guys are gonna head to the village.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I say, let's go with some flair, and I hook my arms in both of them, and I say, let's skip
like
into
we're
town.
Fucking Wizard of Oz. Follow the yellow background.
What is the legend
Follow
of the
the
Wizard
yellow
of
background.
Oz?
I'm not
that
skipping.
was
Fuck
in
that.
a galaxy a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Now, Chris, are you trying to
Far,
guide?
far
Are you
away.
trying to guide and comfort?
I am. I'm trying to have a good time here.
All right. So you're gonna try and guide and comfort both of these guys by having a merry old skip.
Just do it.
In where you're from, this is how any person with their friend would travel.
Absolutely. We're skipping all over the place.
Okay, so you are going to roll twice then, guide and comfort with harmony for each of the characters. The first person you're going to do it with is Toonzo. So roll your dice plus harmony.
Okay. Harmony, I think, is 0. It is. Okay. I got an 8 for Toonzo. 5 and a 3.
So they can embrace your guidance and comfort, which would allow them to clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and you could ask them a question, and they must answer honestly, or they shut you down, they inflict a condition on you, and you shift their balance in response.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of negatives for them to continually shut me down.
So what is but you can shift that balance, which is
correct,
important. So Tuna, what are you going to do? Are you going to embrace?
I'll embrace it.
Okay.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy.
Whoa.
So your character is like, you know what? Let's satiate this guy. Let's embrace it. So he can clear a condition or 2 fatigue. You don't have any of those, but you can ask him a question, and he must answer honestly.
Okay.
So Onda interlocks arms with you. He's like, we're going to skip down this path to Arrowhead Village team. And you look him dead in the eyes and you ask him a question. What is that question?
Whoa.
And he has to answer honestly. What question are you asking him?
Time's a ticking.
Toonzo is asking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm asking him?
Yeah. You get this bonus feature by embracing me. You get to ask me something.
Great. Where are you really from?
I'm from an island nation that is secret to the world that most people don't know exists.
Is that enough of an answer? I mean, I guess he told the truth, but
and we don't have a name.
Oh, okay, fine.
For the island.
I also, I in rereading it, I think I did fuck up. I do think it is actually Onda that does have to ask the question, because it says they embrace your guidance and comfort. They may clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and you may ask 1 question. They must answer all
That's what I thought it was too, but I didn't want to go.
We're gonna keep this canonical because that's information, but it's really vague.
Yeah. So Onda gets to ask Toonzo a question.
Toonzo, you seem to like a bit of coin. When we finally get a big payout, because I know that'll come down the road, what is the first thing you plan on spending this on?
Oh, that is super easy. I need to buy a welcome back present for my daughter that I left behind back in my Crescent Island Nation town place. And I need to get her something to forgive me for being away for so long.
All right. Very cool.
That's all the information I'm giving you now. I'll see you later. Bye.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
I'm kind of like really surprised by his honesty and candor, and I'm really happy while we start skipping.
I love the fact that like what has been promised as to be life-changing wealth, Toonzo is like, I'm going to buy a present for my daughter.
By the way, he's going to stay away even longer just so that he can finally afford the present.
That's right.
He could just be more present.
He could just go. Yeah.
Well, no,
that's the way.
There's some other information mention Tunzo's background that
Sure.
makes it not as easy to do as possible.
It still was definitely not what I was expecting.
So so Onder is interlocked arm in arm in Tunzo, and then he tries to do the same with Slate, and he's gonna roll to guide and comfort Slate.
Ooh, 6.
Slate does not look happy about this.
0. So completely misses. Slate is not having any of it. They're deciding to. Do you want to say something?
I don't fucking touch me. I don't know you. We could be on a team. I'm not into it. I don't like to be touched.
Beautiful.
I'm not
loud and clear,
Yeah,
Slate.
and also now that he and I have now that he got that information out of me, I'm feeling uncomfortable. So now I have gone, and I am also leaving Ons on his own.
You got to do the skit.
No. I'm like
I won the roll.
Yeah,
So
I did it for a little bit, now Bakugo.
It's not Onzo.
I'm pulling a Bakugo and be like, "Oh, fuck you, nerd."
You still were able to do the thing. The result happened, whether you guys skip together. Tunzo slowly kind of slinks his arm out of the situation, like very like low key, like, "Hey man, like let's."
Go and I underhand high five Tunzo, and I'm like, I'm not into this sappy bullshit.
Boom.
You say that out loud with Onda right there?
Owns is right there.
Yeah, but I give him a wink because I'm just
fine.
like.
I internally
like
forgive
fun.
Slate because there's nothing sappy about Joy, so they're just clearly uneducated. I mean, I am a prodigy.
I'm isolated.
Wow.
I'm just isolated.
We're just uneducated.
I am a privileged prodigy.
Oh my god, what a piece of shit.
All right, so
Don't be surprised if you get a face full of fire next time we get into a fight.
Or a cat.
all right, so we're
you pick up some mud and we're just like.
Actually, I can't say Jesus Christ because that person.
You also don't know this information. This is internally what I did. I said internally.
Slate says to Onza. Onda.
Ons.
She's like, sorry, man. I've been alone for a long time, and like, I take some warming up too. And she leaves it at that.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So you guys don't skip. You just make your way down to Arrowhead Village. When you get, Arrowhead Port. When you get to the bottom of the path, the kind of rock faces on either side of the path open up at like a 45-degree angle in either direction, kind of opening up this little port area. Think of it like an arrowhead pointing at you inland. All right, so it's going outwards. If you're facing the port and the water, it's going outwards at like a triangle, 45-degree angle. There's basically like a market on both arms of the arrowhead of different shops, food vendors, other vendors that you guys can peruse if you like on either arm, and then straight ahead of you is the port. It's essentially a single dock with a couple of boats attached. The tavern is also along that straight walk. So you have the market on either side, and then you have the tavern ahead of you guys. And you guys are standing right at the tip of the arrowhead looking at all of this. What do you guys do?
I run all the way out to the dock, and I just take like a big deep breath because I was landlocked for so long, and I grew up always around the water. So to be able to feel the water here is like kind of overwhelming for my character. I'm very excited to be here.
Okay.
I would like to go to I walk over to a person selling cockles.
What's a cockle?
Clams, oysters, and cockles.
Yeah, there's a fishmonger for sure in the market.
Yeah. So I go over to that person, and I have can I have a bag on me?
Yeah.
All right, I have a little pouch, and
Okay.
I say to him that I'm going to sell him these clams that I have gotten. I'll trade him these clams for some cockles.
And you don't have any clams. Is that what you're saying?
Am I telling you this?
Yes, you're telling
I filled it with rocks. So I'm gonna sell him these clams, and I go, look, and they sound like clam. I'm like, hold on. I got like a sound effect. Right? So we have
no
that.
one heard that.
What do you mean no one heard that?
We can't.
heard
It's not
it.
getting picked up in the mic. But anyway, no.
No?
So you got a little,
hear it?
you got a little bag of rocks. Slate maybe lent this to you. You're trying to trick this guy into
falling, like
right.
not checking. I don't want him to check. He's just going to give me 6 cockles for 6 clams.
I gotcha. So you're trying to trick him. He says, 6 clams, 6 cockles. I don't think those are very equivalent. How about I give you 3
Fine.
for those clams?
That's fine.
3 cockles. Okay.
3 cocks for 6 clams.
So tricking an NPC. When you trick an NPC, roll with creativity. On a hit, they fall for it and do what you want for the moment. On a 7 through 9, pick 1. On a 10 plus, pick 2.
So you want me to roll?
Yeah.
I'm getting a +2 on this bad boy too. Just let you know. I got a fire and a 4.
So that's 5.
That's 10.
Fire is 1.
No, there's a 1 on
No,
this
fire
thing.
is 6.
Oh, fire is 6. Okay, so that is a 10. Okay.
+2. It's a 12, bitch.
12. Boom.
I can count.
So you
and
can.
add.
Oh, because you have creativity.
Yeah,
+2?
creativity.
Oh wow!
Boost.
So this guy.
This guy's a sucker.
This guy is a absolute sucker. He doesn't get many. Arrowhead Port, small village town. Not a lot of people kind of coming through here. So you guys are the first visitors in a while. He is just ready to really talk to anyone, and he kind of doesn't care if he's getting scammed or not.
Least.
So you can pick 2 things from this list that I'm about to give to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can take +1 forward to acting against them. So if you want to do anything else with this guy, you can get a +1 on the next roll. Okay? That's one of the options.
Mm-hmm.
They act foolishly, and I will tell you of an additional opportunity that you have in this moment that I come up with. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
And
So far, number 2 is looking good.
And number 3 is they are deceived for some time and they overcommit. So if you wanted to try and find another bag of rocks,
no, he's
come back and be like, hey,
he's
I have more.
inconsequential to me. I will go with number 2.
You get to pick 2.
2?
Yeah, because you rolled a 10.
What?
Plus
Okay. What was
12.
what was the first one again, real quick?
If you do another act against this person,
Yeah.
you would get a +1 on that second roll. So you don't necessarily need to utilize it, but
No, I'll do number 2 and number 3, please.
okay. Okay. So number 2 is you have an additional opportunity. So they hand you the cockles, they take your bag of rocks, and they say, "Oh, thank you. It's so great seeing some new people in this town. We don't get a lot of visitors out here in Arrowhead Port. Here are your cockles," and he gives you the 3 cockles that you have. But in your opportunity, he's so kind of enamored with giving you these cockles that he isn't focusing on the fact that he's got a couple of other things in front as well. You know, he's got fish in front of him. He doesn't see that you can take a couple more cockles there. So you want to take 2 cockles without?
Oh, I'm taking the maximum amount of cocks.
You just sneaky, just like in the prologue, you took 1 coin, just a little off the top. You take a couple more cockles, so you have 5 cockles now.
Love it.
I'm sure those will be very important in the future.
You said we had to eat and do shit.
You do. I'm making a joke. I'm just making a joke.
Well, let me tell you something right now.
Yeah.
Fuck Ons and Slate. I'm eating them all. Oh, I'm eating them all. They can starve.
Well, Onda and Slate. So Onda is up at the dock. He's taking in the beautiful fresh air and absorbing kind of like the water through his pores. Tunzo is here at the fishmonger. What has Slate been doing?
Slate,
okay, so you guys don't know this yet, but Slate is constantly wearing like an apron with many, many pockets so that she can keep things in the pockets for later.
Right, you would.
So
She does have that.
Yep.
Yeah, you would.
Creative.
Yeah. Right. This is basically
Slate
okay, go ahead.
Slate walks down to the beach. I'm assuming there's like a beach area.
There is the dock.
There's sand underneath the dock.
Okay.
That's a sand underneath.
Yeah.
Wet sand, sure.
Yeah. Gotta be.
Cool. So Slate collects some of the wet sand sediment and like pulls it out of the water, shoves it in her pocket, and picks up some pebbles and shoves that in another pocket. And that is what she does. She just like collects things from the earth.
So you have some sand
and it's
some
like kangaroo
pebbles.
pouching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Slate has sand and pebbles.
You're
right.
talking about very useful later.
Yep. So
Yeah,
Could be.
it will be useful.
Yeah, it's basically shotgun.
I'm gonna top off Tom my gauntlets just while I'm in front of the bay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you
Okay.
get some water?
Yeah.
Ooh, but do we have a problem with salty versus non-salty?
there
water?
is no. First off, it's not the ocean. This is a bay, so it's fresh water.
Oh, it's a bay.
But
Yeah.
my people live by the sea, so we are adept actually with salt water.
Yeah, I know,
not
but
fresh water.
we need real water to drink. Otherwise, we well, Tom made this a thing that we have to drink and eat. So
I mean, between
Stay
the three of
hydrated.
us, I know
I'm
how
not
to
getting
get-
a
Can I pull the salt out of the water?
So I was gonna say, between the three
Like
of
it's a
us,
mineral?
we can make some very good fresh water.
Yeah, you can make some
Okay.
great fresh water
Yeah,
between
yeah,
all
yeah.
of your abilities.
yeah.
So
I'm just saying, I'm not getting a headache from
okay.
being dehydrated on
So
Yes.
We want some salt in there for the electrolytes.
So Onda is on the dock. Slate is underneath there collecting sand and pebbles. Tunzo is back in the market. At which
Can
point
Slate also collect shells?
Slate can collect shells as well. Yes. Slate has sand and pebbles and shells. Okay, so but Onda and Onda also, like, his gauntlets are like off right now. He's refilling them in the water.
Well, they don't come off. I just suck the water into
Okay,
them
gotcha.
because I can bend
That
the
makes
water.
sense.
So you look like
It's like
Bakugo, or
a little bit. It's like a little bit. They're like tendrils coming up out of the water and then going
Tendrils.
into my gauntlets to make sure they're full.
All right. Cool. What are you drinking?
Blood orange, tangerine, spindrift.
Oh,
Spicy.
go ahead. Sorry. Well,
So-
there's no such thing as spindrift.
the three of you are there doing these various things. At which point, out of nowhere, Tunzo gets knocked off his feet by a huge flying rock, and he is knocked back away from the fishmonger down on the ground.
Slate, watch where you're
Can
throwing
I
these
stop
things.
it? Yeah, wait, can I stop that?
No, you are
happened.
underneath. You don't even really know that this is happening yet because you are underneath the dock by Onda, which is not where Tuna is. Tuna is at the head of the arrow in the market. Down
I don't
one
know
of
who
the
Tuna is.
Yeah, who's tuna?
Tunzo is in the arrow on the left arrow arms, let's say, at the market. Slate, Onda, they're up along the tail of the arrow. Slate underneath, Onda
So-
on top.
I think I'm being up there loud enough to hear this. So I turn and look and see, and I want to ride a wave. I'm just going to I'm going to pull some water up so I can ride it and get out. Because he's knocked down. I want to get out in front of him, and I want to judge my rival.
Okay, so before we do that, what is happening in this scene? Tunzo has been knocked to the ground, and standing over him, kind of wild, frizzy hair. Think, just big, wild, frizzy hair. Is Fen. Fen is the leader of the Black Masks, the group that you raided one of the carts of in the prologue, and he's standing over Tunzo, and he says, "The rose-tinted glasses. My henchman told me that one of the people that stole from them had rose tinted glasses. I've been following you, and here you are. The black masks, and basically he goes into a long diatribe about how he was trying to form the black masks in order to kind of gain some, everyone has to be a villain, everyone has to kind of make it in their own at this time, and he was trying to like amass some wealth for him and like his people, and you guys ruined it, and it was like so recent, so fresh, this group that was formed that they got hit like within the first week or two of being formed by you guys, and so basically everyone was like, you know what, I'm out. Like this is, so he doesn't even have his Daofe anymore, and he's now followed you guys. He's so angry at you guys, but he's giving this big monologue, very flamboyant, villainous monologue, giving Onda enough time to potentially make it over. He's going to create a wave to ride over and get out in front, maybe between Tunzo.
Yeah, I run a couple steps, and once I have my momentum, I kind of pull the wave up in front of me and jump on and kind of ride it.
Go ahead.
Am I knocked out?
No, you're just on the ground. You've just been knocked down. Right. But in the time of you kind of like getting your bearings again, Onda is doing this wave move. He is going to have to rely on training.
To do the wave.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
you gotta roll for everything.
If you're doing a wave, if you're running over,
What am I rolling?
You are rolling with focus. Yeah.
Great, and +2. I got an 8, 10.
Okay, great. You completely crush it.
And I'm gonna judge my rival when I land, which is like assessing a situation, but for a person. It allows me to ask. If I roll a 7 and 9, I can ask one question. If I roll a 10 plus, I ask 2.
Okay.
It's one of my moves, not my fighting techniques.
Gotcha.
Show me your move.
So we're in combat.
Hang on.
Tom's got to get his bearings. Hold on.
But no, this isn't combat. Judging
got
rival
waves
is
crashing.
He's not. No one's in combat yet.
I'm dazed.
You Slate are also still under the thing. We're gonna let Onda do his thing right now, and then we will get to you as to what you are doing. So Chris has judging a rival when you size someone up. So yeah, Chris crushes it with this wave thing. He totally like pulls the water. He gets there in a flash.
I'm just getting like right up in his face.
Yeah, I gotcha. So when you size someone up, roll with focus. On a 7 through 9, ask 1. On a 10 plus, ask 2. Okay, go ahead.
The wave is a 6, right? My icon, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a wave.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a 7, so I got a 9, so I can ask one question.
Yeah.
How can I show you dominance and make you like find submission?
Basically by he is not the most I guess this is meant to be like asked in when you size someone up, roll about on a miss, they notice you're watching them, they ask you one question from the list. Okay. We're gonna act like this is like kind of like the hand of God, like explaining this rather than them saying specifically. But basically what you can size up from Fen is that he is all bark and no bite. He is a skilled earthbender, as Wong had told you guys before. But you can kind of tell this guy's manic. He's a little bit, he's blustery. He's a little bit in over his head. So the way in which you show dominance is to kind of try and take him out as quickly as possible. If you are able to kind of like dominate him very quickly, like he will fold very quickly.
Okay, because I would assume the how can I show you dominant submission isn't just always going to be to beat them in a fight, because it should almost be what can I do to keep this from being a fight, because this is before a fight begins.
Sure, and for a different character, that might be the case, but this is someone who really taught, he came in here knocking Tunzo over with a rock. This is someone who only knows how to kind of talk with brutality, and if you are able to like display your strength very quickly, stand your ground very quickly, they are going to fold pretty quickly.
All right, well then I want to enter combat.
Okay, and Slate, are you at this point, you've been hearing the ruckus. You heard Tunzo get knocked over. I'm assuming that you're going to be joining this little confrontation.
Okay, well, because I'm such a powerful earthbender, I felt the rock move, and I felt it hit Tunzo.
Okay.
I felt it fit
I believe
Tunzo.
it. I believe it.
And I run up, like I just use my legs, I regular run up, and I take these seashells out of my pocket, and I go, chomp, 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 chomp.
You can't
And I
earthbend
whipped
seashells, just so you know.
I didn't earthbend them. I
Okay,
whipped
you're
them
just
with
throwing
my.
them.
You just whip it up. Yeah.
I'm like when you skip rocks, but with these shells at this guy, like shoom, shoom,
You
shoom,
got
shoom, shoom.
seashell shuriken.
All right. So
Little
Slate.
clam,
All right.
little clam frisbees.
So Slate is throwing these rocks.
Sharp, no shells. They're not rocks.
Shells. Sorry. And she's just whipping them at his face, and he's like holding his arm up, like what the fuck? Like Onda is going to enter combat. Tunzo is also on his feet. Are you going to be entering this exchange?
I'm going to be testing balance.
Testing balance. Okay, well, first off, testing balance is a technique, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we haven't. I'm asking you if you are. Onda is engaging with him. Are you also engaging with him?
Oh, Hundo P.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. So Tunzo got.
I
back
am
onto
now
his
in my
feet.
fire. I'm now in my frenzied fire force stance.
That's right.
I
That's right,
am
the frenzy
fucking
fire
ready to
force
go.
style.
My hair is, for whatever reason, we don't know why, is flowing. Okay, it is now flow. I have
like
now
he's in
reached,
a Miyazaki film.
Yeah. So my hair is flowing. Okay.
Yeah.
The bandana is also doing little waves.
Okay.
The rose tinted glasses, thankfully, have not chipped because they are very sentimental to me.
Bless.
We might get into that later.
They have not chipped.
They've
That
not
would be
chipped,
something
but
that would be
I
up to
am-
me
but-
to decide. But they have not chipped.
But I noticed that they did not chip.
Okay.
Okay, how about that? How about
Okay.
them apples? and if we're making a movie, then what you see is me giving a stare and like that little ting at
Yeah,
the
like
edge of the
light.
glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about the glasses before you?
No.
start this fight?
No. Way too early. Way too
Okay.
early.
Okay.
No, I'm more like in a fight or flight mode. I'm in the fight mode.
Okay.
So
You're in fight
adrenaline
mode.
is pumping. I am amped because I was
Okay.
feeling really good about the fact that I had just conned the guy out of some cock, and you know, so
Okay.
I am ready to go.
So Tuesday's ready to go, and Slate,
I'm ready to help
you've been whipping
on.
these shells, but are you also like, are you going to engage in combat along with these two?
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and
Okay,
roll.
so the
And I step onto the ground and pull a slate sheet up and I toss it at Tunzo and I'm like, bet you wish you have this now.
So
And I say it's spicy, like
mhm.
time to fight.
So everyone is going to pick an approach.
Yeah.
Tuna, you are doing testing balance.
Do we know this guy's principle, or is that a waste of a move?
You don't know his principle. I mean, you could. So here's the thing:
Mm,
if you already know the principle, you can shift their balance.
right.
But you can also guess what their principle is, as well. If you want to shift their balance as well. So you can either ask what their principle is, you can guess what their principle is, and if you know the principle or guess successfully, because
No, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? No, fuck it. I'm gonna do a retaliate.
Okay, so you're defending and maneuvering.
I'm gonna defend against what I think is a move coming my way.
Okay. And Chris, what? So what?
So
you
I
got-
was standing right in front of him
Mhm.
during this.
Mhm.
So where is he now? Because he is
he is
throwing
right in
stuff
front
at
of
him.
you. He is right in front of you. Slate came up to the side. He's getting pelted in the face with these
Yeah.
shells.
Okay.
Yeah, but he is right in front of you. All you are doing right now is picking one of the three approaches: either defending and maneuvering, advancing and attacking, evading and observing. You're picking one of the three based on either one of the moves that is under that under the approach, or one of the moves that you, one of the techniques that you have on your sheet that also is listed as being under one of the approaches. So you're just picking an approach right now.
Okay. Defending and maneuvering.
Okay. Defending and maneuvering. Tuna, you were doing retaliating, which is also defending and maneuvering.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Brooke, what about you? Which are you picking out of those three?
I don't know who Brooke is.
Sorry, Slate.
I'm also gonna defend and maneuver.
All right. So you're defending and maneuvering. All right. And he is also defending and maneuvering. You are pelting him with the shells, so he is kind of getting ready for an attack. He wasn't thinking you guys were going to act so fast, but he's feeling the shells. He's like, okay, we're in a fight. This guy is always scrapping for a fight. He's looking for any excuse. So he's also defending and maneuvering, but he goes after you guys. Players get to go first. So Onda is the one that's like right up in front of his face. Which defend and maneuver technique are you picking?
I have a question.
Go ahead. Slate.
I don't know if
I'm sorry, Onda. Can we only use the moves that we picked out and put on our sheets, or
You can use on the
No, you
quick
got these
reference on the
basics.
on the second page of the quick reference there are
Come on,
3
people.
techniques per approach. So under defend and maneuver there are 3: ready, retaliate, seize a position, and then any techniques
Okay.
that you have that are defending and maneuvering. You are going to roll though, and that is going to determine what you pick. Onda, are you still defending and maneuvering?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're doing that, roll first, and that's going to determine what moves and how many moves you can pick.
Okay. What do I roll?
So you are rolling 2 dice, and then
Yeah.
depending on if you roll a 7 through 9, you get to pick a basic or master technique, and on a 10 plus, you have options.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
And you're rolling
what thing.
with-
I'm rolling with focus. That's what I
Yeah,
was looking for.
you're
Okay,
rolling
there
with
it is.
focus.
I was looking at the wrong note page. Okay. I got a 7 plus 2, so 9.
Okay, so still a 9. So you get to pick a basic or one of your mastered techniques.
Great. I'm picking a master technique.
Okay, cool. And which one is that?
It's flow as water.
Okay, flow is water. Let me pull up the advanced techniques page. And if you could just read out what flow is water does. Use a jet of water to propel smoothly around obstacles, mark 1 fatigue, and move to a new location. Okay, so you are disengaging then?
No, because I'm engaging with the enemy.
Okay, so you are already engaged with the enemy here. So it says use a jet of water to propel yourself smoothly around obstacles, mark 1 fatigue, and move to a new location. So you're moving you're moving away from where you are.
Okay, sure.
Okay?
So then I guess I'm disengaging.
You would
from
be
him.
disengaging.
Okay.
Yep.
Which will impair him. Well, anyway, what I
Which
wanted
would
to do
impair
was to
him,
pull
yes.
up a flow of water and spiral around him and create a tower of water around him. And as I
Okay, so that
fly
is
up
so-
this tower of water that's spiraling, I yell at him like,
Dick.
"You may have
Okay.
the power of the earth, but I have the power of the sea."
Okay.
And I'm riding this wave up.
Okay, so you are moving to above him.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're kind of discombobulating him with the water. This is
Yep.
from the wave that you pulled before. So
I'm
there's
basically
kind of
making like a cyclone of water, and he's
Okay.
in the center of it.
Okay.
It's not actually like hitting him, but it's almost kind of like trapping him, and it puts me in a very advantageous position above him.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna mark a fatigue. So you have
Okay.
1 fatigue marked there.
Do,
Um,
do, 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 do,
So so this is Onda fatigue, and you have 1 marked. Cool. So there you go. Okay, so he He is well, actually we do everything at once and everything kind of happens at once. So you've done your technique. Let's move to Tunzo. Which technique are you picking?
Well, I was going to pick retaliate, but he has to do something first, does he not? Otherwise, that move is pointless.
Again, the move is not like the what is being described by the name of it is not what is happening.
Well, no, because it says
steal
yourself for the blows.
Their blows. Right. So you are their blows haven't come yet.
Right. So
you're stealing yourself.
I'm activating retaliate.
Right.
Yeah. For the rest of the fight, this the way this reads, it seems like it's for the rest of the fight.
Right. So each time a foe inflicts fatigue, a condition, or shifts your balance in this exchange, inflict 1 fatigue on that foe. Right. So this is you getting prepared for any kind of move that they're pulling.
Hair's flowing, bandana's going.
Okay, gotcha.
Steely eyed. Do I need to roll for this? Or does it just happen?
Yeah, you need to. Sorry, yes.
Oh,
you
roll
need
with
to roll
focus.
Yes, you need to
roll with focus.
I always forget that you need to roll.
I got an 8.
Okay.
And it's a 0. I don't have
That's
any.
fine. You got 8 though. That's a hit, and you can do a basic move, which retaliate is. So yeah, basically, anytime they inflict fatigue, give you a condition, or shift your balance, they are ultimately also fatigued as well.
Fantastic.
And then Brooke, Slate, you are also rolling to pick a move.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna seize a position. I'm gonna place myself right in front of this fucker.
You need to roll first.
8.
Okay, so you are using seize a position, move to a new location.
Oh, 8 plus 2, 10.
Okay, so you can use a 2 different basic or mastered techniques. You can use a practice technique, which I don't think you have, or you can use a learned technique.
Yes, I do.
Which you have a learned technique, right? But you have to mark a fatigue.
I have a mastered technique and a learned technique.
Right. So you could use seize. So you could do seize a position and another basic, or your mastered technique, or you could use your learned technique, which would then become practiced. You're basically upgrading that technique, but you do need to mark fatigue if you want to use the learned technique in addition to seize the position. So you're using seize a position and what?
Okay, I'm going to use my learned technique, which is called thick mud.
Nice.
And I turn the ground under this person into slop.
Okay.
And he slowly sucks into it like quicksand. And now I'm going to mark that as practiced.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah. So now he's like waist high
stuck
in mud.
Yes.
Surrounded by a spiraling tower of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is stuck, and just to clarify, so you know, if you're using the learn technique, that is all you are doing. It's not in addition to the other basics. So, but that's good. That's practice now. Yeah. And
one fatigue.
Yeah, just mark 1 fatigue there, and I'm just gonna mark it for people here on the stream.
And as I create this thick mud soup that he gets stuck in,
which is like so like wet and thick anyway because of Chris's like water tornado.
Yeah, he's super soup. He's stuck in the sauce. I go, how does it feel to be bended by a better rock bender than you?
Better earthbender, sure.
And I meant earthbender.
All right.
Can I yell something down to Tunzo?
Down.
Before
because you're up in the air.
Yeah, before we get there, he has to do his move as well because remember this is all happening at once.
Yeah.
So he is also taking action. And he also is because he is impaired. Well, okay, he has to do his action, and then the statuses come after everything is done. So he's going to do his thing, and then we will do the impairing and all the other jazz. And technically, also, we should mark fatigue and everything after the whole confrontation is done as well. Okay, he is going to... Mark one fatigue to raise up one environment, sending or clearing. He is also going to retaliate. He's basically doing the same thing as Tunzo. He is kind of prepping himself for any kind of like attacks that are coming in. So one fatigue is marked on him because of your move. Is that right, Slate? Stuck in the mud? What does it say?
Yeah, stuck in the mud. What does stuck in the mud say, or what does use a position say?
You did stuck in the mud, right? That's the move. That's the technique you did. Yes. What does it say?
Oh, give me a minute. Sorry. I should probably just write this down. My mistake.
Remember when I said to write it down, and you said
Yep.
that won't be a problem?
Yeah, I do.
Slate.
Where would I find this?
It's on the
I'm sorry,
advanced
I thought I just need to
techniques.
know what season position meant.
No, you need to know what techniques that you have, what they do. So this is an earthbending technique. Thick mud, transform the earth and stone.
I don't know where this is.
It's at the bottom of the earthbending techniques in the advanced technique sheet. All right. This is why I fucking told you to write it down. I'm going to send you the link in the Zoom chat, so you have it there. Okay?
That sounds good. Yep.
All right. And at the bottom of the earthbending page, earthbending techniques, the bottom right, thick mud, that is what. Also, thick mud is an evade and observe attack. You were not defending and maneuvering. You were evading and observing. So for future things, let's write down what our techniques are and all that stuff. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter for right now, but you'll transform the earth and stone around you into sticky, sucking mud. Any foes engaged with and acting against you in this exchange become stuck and impaired. You may use strike against each stuck foe in the next exchange, regardless of your chosen approach, and in addition to your normal techniques. So you get to strike in addition to other techniques in the next phase. So he that doesn't cause fatigue on him, but he is now impaired because of Chris's move. And any moves that cause fatigue on him, he will also, because he's retaliating, also cause fatigue, which is interesting because Tunzo is doing that as well. So I guess it's just like a 1-for-1 situation. Okay.
Next combat phase, or do you still have to go?
So he is in this water tornado. He's stuck in the mud. If I would say that he is already like totally like incapacitated at this point. Mm-hmm. We can go into the next combat exchange if you want to keep pummeling him, or you might have an opportunity to intimidate them, causing them to flee. Onder, I believe, had something that he wanted to say down to Tunzo. Is that correct?
It's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm going to yell down to Tunzo and say, like, you know, I don't need to point out, but we've got him in a vortex. He's in the sand. Tunzo, why don't you heat up the bottom of that water, get it boiling, see if we can't intimidate him out of here.
Ooh.
See if we can't scare him away.
So
I want to scare him away, but I need Tunzo to start boiling up that water, because then he's got all three of us fucking slamming him at once.
Listen, man, I got to be honest with you. Is it my passion?
So he's trying.
Oh no, we're good. We're good. Passion is good. Passion is good, baby.
As you guys are doing this, he's trying to like get his feet stuck out of the mud. The water's kind of like whipping him in his face. He's like totally discombobulated. He was not prepared. He thought he had Tunzo cornered here. Maybe he could take you guys out one at a time, but you very quickly were able to come together, despite your differences and maybe some,
we have some quirks.
Friction between the three of you. You guys are very quickly able to come together here. Yeah, some quirks. So Tuna, you're gonna boil the water and try and intimidate him, yeah?
Yeah, I am, yes.
All right, so you're gonna roll with passion here.
I got an 8 plus 1, which is a 9.
Okay, on a hit, when you intimidate an NPC into backing off,
you choose one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then you pick one you cannot choose if you got a 10 plus.
If I got a 10, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like Dante's Peak.
It's like the fuck. Oh my god.
All right. So here's what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
You start heating up the earth. Okay. Making it warm, right? As he's trying to pull his legs out, and it's getting warmer and warmer, but also because it's getting warmer, it's getting a little more liquidy, shall we say, right? It's not as kind of solid, this what is that thing when you mix cornstarch and water and it's like
non-Newtonian fluid?
There you go. Thank you, Chris.
Viscosity.
Sorry, thank you, Onda. You guys know about this. Yeah, no, viscosity is not what that is. But anyway, so it's becoming more of a liquid because it's getting warmer. So he's actually able to pull his legs out, and he kind of flings back. He breaks through Chris's vortex, but like the thick mud is spreading everywhere because of the heat heating it up, like everything. So it's just getting mud and thick. So he falls down, and he's like covered.
No, it's.
Okay.
I thought Tunzo said he was going to boil the water, not heat the ground.
I thought that was what happened too, but the storyteller said something different.
I mean, he is.
Well, wouldn't he shoot fire at the water to boil the water, not put his hands on the ground to warm the ground?
Oh, so he's heating up the water vortex.
That was I said, why don't you yell down and boil the water? So now he's like stuck. He's trapped in water, and he's got basically he's.
Sorry, I thought he was heating up the ground. I thought he was heating up like the wet
Tunzo,
ground.
what did you want to do here with your fire? Shoot it at the ground or boil the water?
Boil in the water, baby.
Okay.
Get that steam going. Steam.
Survey.
I like the use of the non-Newtonian fluid, but I just didn't think that's what we were doing.
He's got so the water vortex has gone.
Which one did you pick from the answers here on the intimidate?
He's gonna run to escape.
Oh,
but
is
we're
he
doing
now?
but we're doing the.
Well, he's taking his long ass fucking time.
Well, because
we can just beat the shit out of him while he's standing there.
So you have heated up. You've shot some fire at this water vortex, which is like turning it to steam. So he's getting a nice skin. He's got the mud bath under him. He's got the steam going. Like he has been completely shamed in this moment, but he's gonna look great afterwards. He's able to get his legs out. He falls onto his back. He's in the mud. He fell into the mud. And he stands up and he starts to run away. And he is like completely just like.
Can I trip him?
Like, oh shit! It's. I mean, what do you want to do?
It's so dirty.
What do you guys want to do? You guys are standing there. Onda has kind of. Well, now he's not being propelled by a jet of water because.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come land.
He just drops down. He lands pretty. He wasn't that high up, so he lands fine.
I do like the Captain America land with my turtle shell shield.
I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna slow pull like fucking slate sheets up from under the sand so that like there's a fucking obstacle course as he's running.
Okay.
Away.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, let's do rely on your skills and training here.
He's playing Fall Guys.
Because you're trying to pull up a bunch at once.
Yeah, I'm just going boop, 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 boop,
yeah.
boop, boop, boop.
Cool. So
okay,
almost like he's Sideshow Bob stepping on rakes. Like he's just like everywhere he turns. All right, so let's roll to rely on skills and training here.
6.
Okay. So, and do you have plus anything to focus?
+2, so 8.
Plus 2 on. Okay, cool. So, so because you're trying to really get him right. You're pulling up these like slate walls. He's bouncing into them. He's taking hits as he's running, but he's still running away. He's running up the path out of the village. But it does because you're really nailing him. You're bringing these up in quick succession. You have an option. You have 2 options because you didn't get a perfect hit here. You either can just mark 1 fatigue from the for the stress of having to pull these up, or you can mark a condition. You're angry. You're really pissed off that this guy came and like tried to get you guys in this town. So you can either mark a condition of angry, or you can add 1 fatigue.
How do I clear the condition?
So on the second page of your reference of your playbook, under moment of balance and above growth, clearing conditions. Okay. So break something important or lash out at a friend is the way that you would clear the condition.
I'm going to do angry.
Okay.
And then simultaneously, I'm going to take all the seashells that I collected out of my pocket, and I'm going to smash them with my hands. Like, and they crumble to dust. They fall back into the mud soup that I made earlier. And that is what happens.
All right, you know what? I'm going to let that slide. I'm going to let that be. I'm going to let you clear anger. As soon as you got it, you will crush the shells. You cleared the anger there. And you can see Fen struggling. The slate has stopped hitting him, but he's covered in mud. But he is getting out of this village. Will he return to be a complete nuisance throughout your adventure? Maybe we shall find out.
We shall see.
So you guys are here. The few townspeople, the people in the marketplace, some of them hid. Some of them went, but some of them were also the guy who you bamboozled.
The Cox.
He was gonna check his clams, right? He was gonna open that bag of rocks and check the clams and put them on the thing. But this moment happened right outside of his store, and he's forgotten the whole clam situation. Because remember, you did trick him, you did deceive him for an extended period of time.
That's right.
So he has forgotten all about the clams, and he is like, he goes, "Oh my god!" He's like, "You're an earthbender. She's an earthbender. You're a firebender. You're a waterbender. Oh my god! Like, we have so few benders that come through here, and then we've got 1 of 3 of the 4 outside of my shop." He's like, "Here, couple more cockles in the house."
Couple more cock.
He flicks you 3 more cockles, and then he was like, "You know what? You can have your clams back too." And he throws you the bag of rocks.
And I give the rocks to Slate to put in one of her many pouches.
And then I see, he gets the extra cockles, and I'm like, "Oh, you got us food? Thank you. This is great. Did you have to spend how much was it? Was it expensive?"
Don't answer that.
Yeah, I cannot confirm nor deny any.
Well, I mean,
trickery,
you're carrying
thievery.
our money. I'm just curious if.
Whoa! First of all, possession is 9/10. So, by the way I see it, it's my money.
Sure.
Okay, I will give it to you if I so choose.
Sure.
Okay. The accusatory nature of your statements have me very off put, and I don't know if I'm going to give you money as we go on.
Well, I don't know if this.
Will you buy me a beer?
I'll buy an hour out.
I don't know if this
Slade
tile
starts to walk to the pub.
I don't know if this tile, which is going to be worth a lot more coin than you're holding, because it's the only thing we need to finish the mission,
Mm.
is going to get doled out either.
Well, I'll just follow you.
And I will smash it
And
and
then
break it into 3 equal parts.
I flick the tile into the water and I'm holding it up by a little stream. And I'm like, I send this bad boy away right now.
This is mission 1. We're already.
Okay, but Slate can take the tile because it's mineral. And she slowly pulls it back to the group. And she says,
Tom, are you allowing all
I've got
of
it
this?
wrapped. I've got it wrapped up in water at the moment.
There's no pressure. You guys.
there is salt. There is salt. There is salt in that water, so I have equal control of the situation.
Yeah, I start freezing the water around it.
I take my little pebbles out of my pouch, and I'm like, I'm breaking that ice.
As this is happening, the innkeeper, the tavern owner, steps out of their tavern and sees this and like, hey, I heard a commotion out here. What's going on? What are you guys doing?
We're coming in for a drink. And Slate disengages with the spat with her new friend, Onda, and says, everything can be solved over a pint. And she strolls casually to the bar, hoping that these 2 people follow her.
Okay. Do you guys follow?
I flick the tile forward, and as I walk by Tunzo, I go, "You're buying me a drink."
All right, bud, let's go. You're pushing your luck with me, though.
Me too!
I should make him. You should make him push. You should make him roll a push your luck because he's pushing his luck with me. No, I'm kidding.
So you guys are all moving towards the tavern.
Or make him plead. No, that's with an NPC. That's all right. Keep going. Sorry.
So you guys are moving toward the tavern.
That's right.
You get into the tavern, and you walk past the person, and they're like, "We don't have much, but we do have our own local brew. It's called Arrowhead Ale. Can I get you 3 cups?"
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Hell yeah.
Who is talking to us?
The tavern owner, the barkeep, the bar.
Is it a he, a she, a they? What does the tavern owner look like?
It's a she.
She cute?
She's an
Can you
older
describe
woman.
her?
She's I would say she's
Portly?
cute.
Cougar?
A little
Cougar?
portly. Got a little
Bog
weight on
standard.
her. You know how in like My Hero, like his mother like put on some weight. She's
put on
cute.
some weight.
she's
She
so
like
cute.
shrank.
Yeah.
She like got shrunk. Half her height.
Slate's gonna give this
That's what
older
raising
woman a
kids
wink.
does. That's what raising kids does to you.
Okay, Slate's gonna give this older woman a wink and go, "A drink for me and my friends, please, but he's paying." And she points to Tunzo.
And then I flip the missus a coinage, right? This should be enough for the 3 of us. And then I say, and then I would like to ask you a few questions about stuff.
Okay. Are you doing a specific move, or you're just asking?
I'm assessing the. I mean,
well,
I want to. I mean, unless this is like easy, unless I can just be like, we're looking for a guy. Okay, fine, fuck it. We're looking for someone named Ling. Know him?
So she goes back behind the bar and starts pouring some brews. And she looks around, and in the far corner, kind of sheepishly sipping on his ale, a little drunk already, she goes, "Aye, that's him over there." And so you see Ling, very scrawny, old man, like in this era, like he's as old as they get, and he's got a couple of empty ale casks around him, and he's sitting there sipping on another.
So we walk.
Tunzo, buy
over
him
to...
a Wickle shot.
Okay, actually, that's not a bad idea. So I go to the missus.
Yeah.
Okay. Flip her another coin. say, give me another 2. Okay. We walk over to
in addition to the 3?
To the 3.
Okay, so we've got 5 ales.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walk over.
Yep.
Right. We're holding all of them. Bang! Right on Ling's table. Mr. Ling, my buddy On's here. Got some questions for you. And then I just back up. On's.
So he drunkenly looks at the
because I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm like very cautious of a person.
Sure.
So I'm like, these 5 beers could be intimidating, or ales. So
you're putting all 5 on the table.
I'm going boom right on the table. Boom.
And I'm going to judge a rival, Tom.
Right, and I am backing out.
I'm going to judge a rival.
So I don't know if this. Let me look at judge a rival real quick because
size someone up, roll with focus, ask a question.
Okay. Before he does that, he looks at his mug. He looks at the bottom of his mug. He looks at the 5 that just got plopped in front of him. And he goes, how many of those are for me?
Ons, you can give them all.
And I start lifting the ale out of one and placing it into his cup. And I say, as many as you need there to be.
Ooh.
Cheers.
Wow.
And so you're going to size him up as he's sipping on this beer.
All right, so I roll focus, which is a +2, and I got a 6 + 2, so I get to ask a question. I would like to ask what he would wish we would do right now in this moment. So I take out the tile, and it's popped down in front of him.
Yep.
And I'd be like, what do you want right now?
I want you to let me finish this ale. You guys can have the others. I don't need any more today. And then I see that, and he picks up the tile, and he kind of like holds it, and he squints a little because his eyesight's not great.
Sure.
And he goes, this is a boat, right?
I have some glasses.
Looking for confirmation.
Yeah,
glasses.
Yes.
Glasses. What's?
No, forget I said glasses. None of your business.
That's the boat tile. Yes.
The boat. Okay. Yeah.
He's like, I think it's the boat. He's like, I wish you'd let me finish this drink. You can join me if you'd like, and then I'll take you to my ship. Ooh. So are you guys gonna partake in some?
Fuck yes! Let's
here?
get on this.
All right,
but Mrs. 20 more.
Yeah. I pick up my glass to fucking cheers again to everybody.
All right, so you guys are drinking. He regales you with some of his tales. You learn that his ship is called the Eel Hound.
Ooh.
In his maiden voyage with the ship, he it's bad luck to not name a boat. And on his maiden voyage, when he was a young sailor, he was just getting started. He didn't even know that you had to even name boats. And he got attacked by an eel hound, and he narrowly escaped. At which point his father, who was an experienced sailor, explained to him, "Oh no, you need to name the ship." So he named it the Eel Hound after that eel hound. And
is he a bender?
No, he's not a bender. Just a man. And yeah, he explains. He's like, I've always wished.
Just a man.
He asks Onda to show him some more like tricks with the ale because he's always wanted to bend. But he's like his whole life he's never been able to do it, and so he's totally into Onda like doing beer tricks and all this stuff. So do you have any what trick are you gonna what's the master trick to impress?
Do you
him?
want to play? You want to play a game that we play back home?
I would love to. I would love to.
All right. So we call this the Ale Tower, and I take a pitcher of ale for him, a pitcher of ale for me, and I put it into this long tower, and I say, we look up, open our mouths, and the first person who spills some out without swallowing it loses. Are you ready?
So, real quick before this happens, just so I can get some clarity, it's one tower of beer.
I'm putting like
ale?
a thin tower of beer above each of our heads.
Okay, so it's two separate thin towers. Okay.
And I go a Slate and
Tunzo, you want
Tunzo.
Are you?
I want to say tuna.
What we were?
Slate, Tunzo, you want in? And
Do
now
it.
we've all got the ale towers.
Ale towers. Okay.
And on 3, I go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna drop the liquid. It's gonna the tower's gonna start falling.
Okay.
Last person to keep drinking without spilling any wins.
I'm going to say, just for fun, you guys all have to find out who wins here. You're all going to have to push your luck.
Okay. I like it.
And whoever
On a passion roll?
whoever
I'm
gets
good
the
with
highest
passion.
roll, let's just say whoever gets the highest roll wins. When it falls, it will hit the guy is already drunk so much, it's just going to hit him right in the face. It completely misses his mouth, falls on his face.
Can we have
All right, I'm ready.
Can the little grandma lady be the one who's judging the contest?
Well, is it a visual thing or it's
Bartender?
Yeah, sure. She's been kind of like cleaning up at this time like she's
I'm ready.
closing
So
up
I'm
shop.
gonna add the my passion though.
Yeah, your passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good
I
to
think
go.
I have +1.
So whoever
One.
gets the highest roll here wins the competition.
I got a 5.
I got a 7.
And no one has, and that's with modifiers and everything.
That's with the modifier. I have
Oh
five,
no,
7.
I have +1, so 8.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so owned a 1 there. He was able to drink the most cleanly, I guess, is how you describe that.
Tunzo, you were right behind me.
Yeah, he was
very good
he
for a
was-
first
yeah.
time. Very good.
He can hold his liquor, Tunzo. And Slate, you did okay, but you're very clearly behind the others here.
Yo, booze everywhere, like all over my shoulders.
We'll play more on the boat. That's where the real challenge starts when it's moving.
Slate becomes a woo girl. She's like, woo!
So, Ling, he's got beer all over his face, but he's just having so much fun. He doesn't get to interact so much. He's like, when Wong,
Like the old man in Squid Games.
Oh.
well, not
Well-
maybe he's duplicitous, you don't know, but
Yeah, it's true.
But he says, when Wong told me that he had some work for me ferrying some people to Chameleon Bay, I didn't think they would be this fun. So he says that.
Awesome.
We are good
We're a
peeps.
good time.
Yeah, we are
I
good
can tell,
times.
I can tell.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
like,
Slate,
so
you may want to grab some more of that dirt before we get on that boat.
So we need to let this guy sleep it off because
no,
he
I'm
ain't-
good.
he's-
I'm good. I've sailed. I sail drunk, but I sail better drunk.
I think I needed a long rest. Says Slate because she's a little stumbly and
Come
she's
on, we'll
just
sleep on the
like,
boat.
"Ah."
It's kind of like cooking. It's a free open thing. Driving, cooking, sailing a boat. Same.
driving,
It's
cooking,
gonna be
fucking.
Yeah, I'm with Owen does right. I'm good, and he starts heading out the door, and he's just waiting for you to. He's not even waiting for you to follow him. He's just walking down the toward the dock at the tail of the arrow formation of.
I
this
wanna
village.
run ahead to him, put my arm around him because I'm pretty drunk now,
Yeah.
and I can tell this guy's like loving it. So like, I'm having a good time with this dude, and I've got my ale, he's got his, and while we're going to the boat, I
Okay.
want to just be like doing water bending with the ale, just for like tricks, just like floating up in front of us and just shooting him into his mouth,
Right.
shooting him into my mouth, just shooting stuff
nice.
into
What
everybody's
are
mouths.
Tunzo and Slate doing?
Slate.
I'm just observing.
Well, they've
Yeah, Slate
walked out
turns
of the
to
tavern
Tunzo
and they're
and
walking down.
says-
So have you guys left the tavern?
half. Like we're like on the way out. Slate turns to Tunzo and says, "Bet you a coin Onda gives him a kiss." And then she strolls out the door.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like smirk the guy in the back, like just hanging back a little bit, just assessing the situation because On seems to have made a nice little new friend here. So I got to keep my eye on Ons. I'm still like wary about him. I don't know.
Ons is just in a great mood because he's headed out to sea.
I love the fact that you've embraced
Ons
this
is
nickname
fucking
of
over
Ons.
this land.
Yeah, I gotta because Ons is being super secretive. Even when I asked him to be honest about something, even though you fucked that up, he wasn't very forthcoming.
feel like I
So,
was really forthcoming.
So
I'm just hanging back. I gotta keep my rose tinted eyes.
all right. So, but you guys are all slowly making away. Onda and Onda was really looking to skip somewhere with someone, and he finally found someone to skip somewhere with him. Drunkenly, not quite a skip. But you guys get to the Eel Hound. It's this kind of really long boat, almost like a Viking.
What kind
long
of
boat,
eel?
but smaller. What do you mean? It's an eel
There's
hound.
lots of different
The hound
kinds
eel.
of eels.
The eel hound.
Like a Dalmatian eel.
Yep. So you guys get onto the
Speckled
boat.
ones?
He starts prepping it. And despite him being very drunk, he clearly has more of a handle. Onda is totally right. Sailing, it's just like cooking. It's very free flowing. And you pull away from the dock, and you start pulling into the bay, and the boat is moving. It's picking up speed. The winds are perfect. The conditions are great. So you guys are just sitting on this boat.
Awesome.
Does our journey end here and we pick up what's happening?
This boat is going. And
right, but
What
Brooke's
I'm asking
asking,
is,
but now Brooke the player is now asking a
Is this where we're stopping?
technical question. Is this
I
where
understand.
you're stopping, or
I'm giving you guys a little bit of a moment to
Okay.
have a little bit
I
of
wanna-
a moment here.
Now that we're
Okay,
on the
okay.
boat, I'm gonna leave my old guy. Be like, hey bud, I'm gonna go check in with my pals.
Yeah, we should
He
powwow.
goes,
yeah, we need to
he's
definitely
kind of
powwow.
honestly he has gone into the zone of sailing, so he's kind of even forgotten that you guys are there. He's
Is there a
just doing
below
the thing.
deck?
Yes,
Okay, great.
there's a little below deck. There's some sleeping like quarters for everyone. Yeah.
Are you guys below deck, or are you
Well, yeah.
like starboard? Where are you guys right now?
We're with you. I found you. We all
Yeah,
kind of
we're
just, like,
below
Okay,
deck
great.
hanging.
Great.
Oh, so you
We
were
were
below
having
deck.
we were having a private conversation, but now you from your little
Oh.
buddy upstairs have now come downstairs and been like, "Oh, hey guys," and we're like, "Oh, hey, how's it with your new friend? Seems like you guys are best buds now."
Yeah,
Really?
but we were new best buds.
Yeah, I thought we were your friends.
You guys are great.
Wow.
He has a boat.
we
I love
have
being on the open sea.
I-
Listen,
we have
listen.
we have a
I
hope.
could build you a boat.
You're-
I could build
you're from
you
the
a
Fire
boat.
Nation. You're from the Earth Nation, right?
Yep.
If you were, listen, Slate. If you were out at sea for a long enough time, you would be so excited to be back on land. And let me tell you, Tunzo, if you were up at either the southern or the northern water tribes, surrounded by ice everywhere, you would be craving setting foot back on, especially anywhere that has volcanic activity. So for me, this man represented, I have been running dry. All right. So
Man, we
I
were
was just excited.
we were just busting your chops. You really took that personally.
Yeah.
Says Slate. She's a little drunk.
Says Slade.
She just laid it on.
Yeah.
And
So-
she
So I'm gonna say, dude,
Fist bump.
you seeming a little
My
little-
character.
little sensitive. I'm gonna try to
on edge.
yeah. So we'll clear the slate,
Sure.
nice little hug.
Hey!
hug it
I
out,
think let's woogity whack. Let's rock
Yeah.
and power this shit.
and
So- I want to look at you guys and be like, so where the hell do you think we're going?
On an adventure.
yeah, we're on like it's like when well, you wouldn't know who this is. It's like when a new baby finds itself in the world, doesn't know what's going on. That's how I feel.
And
Yeah,
as
I
you
just
guys,
feel doe-eyed and ready to go.
as you guys are having this conversation and kind of musing on the very little information that you have so far, kind of pondering, you're having a good time. Ka-chunk! You feel the boat something has attached itself to the boat and like it's jerked a little bit, and so you feel like something, the motion of the boat has like slowly or pretty quickly come to almost a crawl here, and you feel that in the boat. What do you do?
Slate decides it's time for a long rest so that she's prepared for a battle in the next game.
Yeah,
I run over. I tell. Okay, so we've hit like a clunk, right? And the momentum. I now fly forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I say, "What the fuck, Ons? Go talk to your boy and figure out what's going on because Slate and I aren't on good terms with that guy." So,
all right. So I'm gonna go check in.
Okay, Onda's gonna go see what's up, and Onda climbs the stairs, and Ling is there, and a hook has been attached to the side of the ship, and there is a much bigger ship to the starboard side of this ship.
Like in Moana with the coconuts?
Sure. And along the top of the ship, standing, you can see a bunch of pirates along the side, and then in front is this very kind of like very tall, slender woman. And Ling goes up to Onda and he says, "Whatever you do, do as she says. Do as she says." That's Chukagnak. She is the leader of the new 5th Nation fleet after the downfall of the last one. Tagaka. Chukagnak has taken over and has formed this splinter fleet, and it's the new 5th Nation. And he says, he's like, you don't want to cross her. Whatever happens, do as she says. What will happen? We shall find out next time. On
you gonna play music?
The Legend of. No, I don't have anything prepped right now. So there we go. So you guys are on your way to Chameleon Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Before moving on
the chameleons hang out.
Before moving on to Ba Sing Se, but your journey has hit a little snag, both metaphorically and physically, in the shape of Chukagnak and her new 5th Nation fleet. Before we wrap up, why don't we answer our questions while everything's fresh in our mind?
Hey, what happens when you fill your growth meter? Because I got all 4.
You do one of the growth advancements underneath.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I should have done that at the start.
Did you mark all 4 at the beginning? Did you get 4?
Yeah, I had my personal one and then the other 3.
Did you get all 3 of the others?
Yeah. Remember? Because I learned about, using duplicity and honesty.
Hang on a sec.
And then we all stopped the dangerous threat, and then both Slate and I got guided companion towards balance.
Oh, you ended your session at the center, right?
Yeah.
Did you learn something challenging? And then your sheet at the
expressing gratitude to companion for the present support or teaching.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Then you should have marked something. So you can either mark. You can either take a new move from your playbook. You can take. And actually, let me just double check here. Real quick, because it has 2 boxes, and I don't know if that means each or you do one towards it. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Growth. Advance.
My guess is it's probably you need both.
Yeah.
Because you probably are usually getting a few growth every time anyway. So that's my guess, is that you probably need to fill both. Because then it's less about it being like sparse to get the growth and more like
Noah Reno is in the chat. He's been doing this for a while. So I think Noah is saying that no, it is you get an additional move from your playbook. Any of these things you are just marking for that once you get it, but you can only do each of these things twice.
Got it.
Yep. So what are you picking here?
Well, let's do the growth questions while I decide, so I don't have to do it last second. But I'm probably going to take a new move.
Okay. So let's do the questions for the group real quick. So did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? Does anyone feel strongly that that happened to them this time around?
No.
What was it? You learned something exciting?
Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
You guys don't think learning who the leader of the Fifth Nation, who we just like got docked with, is exciting?
No, I didn't learn anything about her. I just saw her. And you might have because you spoke to the old man, but Tunzo and I are still under deck. We don't know anything about what happened.
Right, that's number two is you just learn who that, I mean, a name is a name. That doesn't really have an
but
effect.
they're the leader of the entire nation on the massive ship that just docked with us.
We don't know that, though.
Only you know that because you went and spoke to the old man. We were stuck under the boat.
I'm going to say you're going to need more context for that. I don't think there's anything.
Probably next time it will be worth it, though.
Yeah, maybe something next time. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? I would say so. With the guy Fang, he was going to control.
Yeah, we definitely did.
So mark that. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center? All of you, I don't think anyone shifted their balance. I think in the future we're going to try and do some more balance shifting. So you guys can all mark there. And then each of your questions, Chris, your question is, did you express gratitude to a companion for their presence, support, or teaching?
Yep.
Yeah, you would say?
Yeah, I thanked Tunzo for getting the cockles for us.
For their presence,
I did that on purpose.
Or teaching.
I Hundo P did that for the exact reason. I was like, "Oh, awesome! Thank you so much for getting these cockles for us."
I don't know. The question is, did you express gratitude to a companion for their presence, support, or I guess support? Okay, I'll give it to you. Like in terms of
he's the only one that got us food. I was out there getting myself water. Slate's out there filling their pockets, but Tunzo's feeding the rest of us.
Tunzo was feeding himself.
Wait a minute.
He didn't share that with you.
But it doesn't matter. He did thank him for.
He did buy us a beer.
That's true. He did buy us a beer.
Tuna said, "Hold on a minute."
Well, because at the bottom it has the 2 boxes for the moment of balance, but you can't unlock 2 moments of balance, can you?
You do it. Noah is saying that you can, but you only are using one at a time.
So when I have it unlocked, does that mean that in the future, when needed, I can use my moment of balance?
Yeah, under the conditions.
And it's just once, and then it's gone, and then I can, if I get it again, then I can just use it once, and then I never can use moment of balance again.
Correct. But you can you can save it. You can lock it in the chamber for when.
I'm raising a stat.
All right, hang on a second. Hang on a second. So we're gonna let Chris mark that for him. So before we get to you, though, so Chris is already. What are you deciding to do with the first growth advancement that you got?
I'm just gonna raise a stat.
Okay. Cool. And just so I know, what are you raising?
My creativity is -1, so I'm gonna make it +1. So I'm gonna make it 0 by adding 1 to it.
Okay. Cool.
So now I don't have anything at a disadvantage.
All right. Cool. And then let's do Tuna. Oh, sorry, Tunzo.
So I conned.
Your question is,
Did
you get a friend to join in or approve of one of your bad habits?
I didn't see anybody say you shouldn't do it.
That is not the same as joining in.
Approved by silence. Silence is approval.
I'm not going to give you that.
Are you serious?
I'm not going to give you that.
They didn't say dick, and then I gave it to them. They didn't say, like, oh, you shouldn't have stolen from that guy.
Well, we didn't know.
They didn't know, yeah.
What do you mean they didn't know? They were standing right there.
No, they weren't. When you got the cockles,
I don't think they were down by the port.
They
were.
No, we were. That was the whole point.
We
When
made a
you
lot
got
of
hit. I had to, and she had to run over.
I was very clear about the fact
right.
that you were by yourself at that point.
All right.
But
Okay,
you
just like
fine.
earlier, you always think there's eyes on you.
But you had marked from the general questions in addition to the questions.
I'm adding plus. I have a full meter.
Okay.
So I'm giving a +1 to focus.
Okay.
Makes my focus +1.
Okay.
It was at 0.
And then Slate, what is your
Mine is,
question?
did I express vulnerability by admitting I was wrong, or that I should have listened to someone in the group? And still, no.
Okay.
But I did get 2 growth points from the group questions.
Okay. Did that fill your meter, including
No.
the ones from the first time?
No, it did. No,
Okay.
it didn't.
Oh, it should though, because the first time you had stop a dangerous threat and guide a companion. So if you got 2 more, that would fill
you
your
did
meter.
end on your center. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I only had 1 last time.
You know, you should have had 2.
No, yeah, because
last
you
time.
stopped a dangerous threat and your balance ended at its center last time. So you do get to pick one of these things.
Ooh,
And just for your knowledge, Tom, so since I had a full meter and this time I got 3 of them, I'm at 3 currently.
Okay. And then Tunzo, are you over?
No, I have
Okay,
a
full
fresh meter.
Okay.
all right, I'm going to raise one of my stats.
Okay. What are you
And
gonna
then
do?
next time I'm probably gonna do a move. But this way I have time to actually think about what move I want to add. Which probably I want like one of these group or universal techniques. 'Cause
So
the group technique
so
is
just so
awesome.
you know, group techniques are for NPCs. So those group techniques are off limits to you guys.
Great. Then never mind.
Universal techniques are open to you guys.
Okay, so then I want to learn those.
Okay. What stat are you raising, Slate?
I'm taking my passion from -1 to 0.
Okay. Cool. All right. Okay, and to also real quick, here it is. Yeah. So you guys have a little bit of food from that Wong gave you. You also have still some money left over. I don't actually think you spent any of the money. Tunzo just ended up
He said he flipped
trading
a
his
coin.
clams. Oh yeah, you paid for some ale, but you let's say half of the money that one gave you is gone, because you did order 20 more ales. You did do a lot of drinking, but you do have those 8 cockles. And yeah, so there we go. That is the end of chapter 1. And we will pick it up next time and see what happens with the new head of the 5th Nation, Chukognak. Cool.
Chukognak.
Noah, I very much appreciate you watching. Noah said also he was taking notes as well, so maybe he can give us some tips and pointers on how to run things and things that I need to be doing as well, because I feel like there was some stuff that I need to be doing some more stuff. But thank you for watching, Noah. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Tunzo, Onda, and Slate for playing. And until next time, may the Force be with you.